Welcome to this summary of How to Win Friends and Influence People, a book by Dale Carnegie, who was an American speaker, author, and communication and motivation consultant. In his own lifetime, Carnegie's professional training courses helped to advance the careers of almost 500,000 people, and his books have sold over 15 million copies. How to Win Friends and Influence People is a timeless self-help classic that has remained in print since its publication in 1936, offering valuable advice on improving interpersonal skills. Whether aiming to foster friendships or enhance influence in professional settings, the book provides practical techniques applicable to various social situations. This book serves as the ultimate guide to cultivating happier and more rewarding relationships. Drawing from anecdotes and actionable advice, it offers tips that have positively impacted countless lives. In this summary, you'll learn the importance of refraining from criticism towards others, leadership insights gleaned from unlikely sources, including Al Capone, lessons on making friends derived from observing dogs' behavior. Part 1. Praise is more effective than criticism. Consider Al Capone for a moment. Common associations likely include mob violence, corruption, and criminal activities. Yet, Capone himself viewed his actions differently, believing he provided people with enjoyment and lighter pleasures. Despite his notorious reputation, he saw himself as a benefactor. What can we glean from this? Like Capone, we often perceive ourselves as in the right, regardless of our actions. Criticism, whether from ourselves or others, triggers defensiveness and justifications. It fosters lasting resentment, hindering progress. So, what's the alternative? Rather than criticism, praise is a powerful tool. Everyone desires recognition and validation. Charles Schwab, a successful steel magnate, exemplified this approach. He minimized criticism and focused on praising others, recognizing its transformative impact. In Schwab's experience, encouragement and praise yield greater results than criticism. It motivates individuals to excel and fosters warmer relationships. Part 2. Make everyone you meet feel interesting and important. Imagine returning home after a long day at work, only to be greeted by your enthusiastic puppy. Her tail wags furiously as she jumps with excitement, instantly bringing a smile to your face. Dogs have a remarkable ability to express affection openly, making them cherished companions. This lesson from dogs can guide us in forming connections with others effortlessly. Instead of focusing on being interesting, prioritize showing genuine interest in the person you're engaging with. People are naturally more interested in themselves and their lives, so demonstrating genuine pleasure when meeting someone and remembering their name can go a long way in fostering rapport. Moreover, making others feel important is key to leaving a favorable impression. A landscaping inspector exemplified this by showing sincere admiration for a client's passion for dog breeding, ultimately leading to a valuable professional relationship and an unexpected gift. When you genuinely value others' perspectives and demonstrate interest in their lives, you'll often receive meaningful and unexpected rewards in return. Part 3. Encourage others to talk and listen carefully when they do. During the American Civil War, President Abraham Lincoln sought advice on the emancipation of enslaved individuals from a neighbor. Despite spending hours discussing the matter, Lincoln received no guidance. What he truly needed was a listener, not an advisor. Much like Lincoln, we all appreciate good listeners, yet they can seem scarce. While we enjoy sharing our own stories and experiences, monopolizing conversations can hinder connections rather than foster them. To make a positive impression and build friendships, adopt a different approach. Invite others to share about their lives and interests, and listen attentively. Whether it's a new colleague at work or an acquaintance, ask open-ended questions and genuinely pay attention to their responses. Theodore Roosevelt understood the power of engaging others in their interests. Prior to important meetings, he would study topics that interested his guests, facilitating informed and enjoyable conversations. While extensive preparation isn't necessary, sharing the conversation, asking questions, and actively listening can effortlessly draw people out and pave the way for lasting friendships. Part 4. If you can't avoid an argument, then disagree as gently as possible. When engaging in disagreements, winning by tangling your opponent in knots or proving your facts correct isn't the best approach. Such tactics often lead to resentment and further entrenchment of opposing views. Avoiding arguments altogether is ideal, but when they're unavoidable, it's essential to navigate them skillfully. Instead of bluntly stating you're wrong, which can provoke defensiveness, opt for a subtler, gentler approach. Foster a spirit of friendly inquiry and lead your opponent to your conclusions through dialogue. Acknowledging the possibility of being wrong can disarm stubborn opponents. Phrases like, "I could be wrong," open the door to constructive discussion based on facts. Should you discover you're mistaken, gracefully admit your error. Being proactive and acknowledging mistakes can soften others' responses. Conversely, if proven right, refrain from gloating. Celebrating victory risks alienating your opponent and hindering any chance of them reconsidering their stance. Part 5. Get others to agree with you from the start and then gently lead them to your conclusions. Socrates' method of persuasion relied on getting people to affirm points gradually, starting with assertions everyone could agree with. By establishing common ground first, he made it easier for his audience to accept more contentious arguments later on. Emulating Socrates' approach can be effective in modern persuasion. Initiating conversations with points of agreement primes people to be more receptive to your ideas. Avoiding outright rejection is crucial in persuasion. When someone dismisses your point, they become emotionally invested in defending their stance, making it challenging to change their mind. People are more inclined to accept ideas they believe they've come up with themselves. Encouraging others to arrive at conclusions independently can lead them to adopt your ideas without resistance. Colonel Edward M. House demonstrated this strategy with Woodrow Wilson, subtly introducing proposals that eventually took root in Wilson's mind. Allowing others to believe they've arrived at ideas independently often leads to greater acceptance and cooperation. Part 6. Try to understand other people's viewpoints. J. Mangum effectively resolved a challenging situation by understanding the hotel manager's perspective. Rather than insisting on the impracticality of the manager's request, Jay empathized with the desire to keep guests satisfied. By demonstrating an understanding of the manager's concerns and highlighting the long-term consequences of delaying repairs, Jay successfully convinced the manager to agree to the necessary 8-hour shutdown. Empathizing with others' perspectives is not only helpful in resolving conflicts, but also fosters goodwill and positive relationships. Offering sympathy and understanding can diffuse tense situations and build rapport with others. Acknowledging someone else's feelings and concerns can go a long way in smoothing over disagreements and maintaining harmony. In addition to benefiting interpersonal relationships, practicing empathy can also help manage personal frustrations and impatience. By considering the reasons behind others' actions, individuals can develop greater tolerance and compassion, leading to improved interactions and reduced conflict. When faced with challenging situations or interpersonal conflicts, taking a moment to empathize with the other person's perspective can lead to more positive outcomes and strengthen relationships in the long run. Part 7. Set the bar high and people will strive to meet it. Ruth Hawkins, a 4th grade teacher, successfully managed a challenging student, Tommy, by utilizing the power of praise and setting high expectations. Instead of focusing on Tommy's past misbehavior, Ruth approached him with compliments, highlighting his potential as a natural-born leader. By framing Tommy's reputation positively and expressing belief in his abilities, Ruth motivated him to live up to the high standards she set for him. As a result, Tommy's behavior improved significantly, demonstrating the effectiveness of praising others for their positive qualities. This strategy of praising others and reinforcing desirable traits applies not only in the classroom, but also in various aspects of life. By recognizing and acknowledging someone's strengths or desired behaviors, individuals can inspire them to continue exhibiting those traits. For example, parents can encourage generosity in their children by praising them for sharing with others, thereby establishing an aspirational reputation for them as generous individuals. Dr. Martin Fitzhugh, a dentist, employed a similar approach with his office cleaner. Rather than criticizing her for oversights, he expressed gratitude for her hard work and diligence while subtly addressing areas for improvement. By offering appreciation and support, Dr. Fitzhugh motivated the cleaner to enhance her performance without resorting to reprimands. Overall, praising others and expressing appreciation for their efforts not only fosters goodwill, but also encourages them to strive for excellence. Incorporating this habit into daily interactions can contribute to building positive relationships and achieving mutual success. To summarize, achieving true influence involves empathizing with the perspectives of those around you and making them feel listened to, understood, and valued. By prioritizing these aspects in your interactions, you can consistently earn favor and build strong relationships. As a final tip, consider setting up a challenge to motivate and engage your team effectively. Harnessing their innate sense of competition can inspire improved performance and productivity. Simply establish a method for evaluating employee contributions and publicly recognize top performers. Often, the acknowledgement of their achievements can serve as sufficient motivation, fostering a healthy competitive spirit within the workforce. And lastly, thank you for watching this video, and please like the video if you enjoyed it. Also, let us know what you rate this book in the comment section down below and what book we should review next.